Okay, and we should be live. So welcome into the Third and Thirsty podcast, your one-pot stop for Broncos, Chargers, Raiders, Kansas City referee, and Taylor Swift free AFC West banter. I'm Alex Bell, fan of the Denver Broncos, and I've seen my team win 3 Super Bowls. To my left, Omar Rubio, fan of the Chargers, Los Angeles, San Diego, wherever they're playing this year, and he's never seen his team win a Super Bowl. To my right, Edgar Larios. He's also never seen his team win a Super Bowl. He's a fan of the Raiders. And again, we have no idea where they're going to play next year. Is it Las Vegas or Los Angeles or Oakland? We're 1 week into free agency. That week, 1 week from the tampering period. And I guess that would make it 5 days from when it actually opened on Wednesday. And if you're a Bronco fan, you're pretty damn disappointed. We're going to go into
Keep it up, Peyton and Peyton.
We're going to go into winners and losers from this first week of free agency. We'll see how things shake out at the end. But at least up until this point, we'll do some winners and some losers. That might change here if the Broncos ever decide to get off the couch and maybe come back from Cancun. Maybe that's where they're still hanging out.
Time change messed them up. You know, they were late to all those calls. Everybody's already signed.
They're not used to playing that late into the season, so they caught up to them. So let's do some winners and some losers. We could pick teams, we could pick players, fan bases, get a little creative, see what we come up with.
All right.
You guys want to go ahead and pick out a winner or a loser?
I'll go first.
Just throw them out there. Let's go. You guys want to start with winners or losers first?
We'll go with winners.
I was just say, I thought we were going to do random, but if you guys want to do winners, I'm done.
Yeah, stick it with at least. Let's go winners first. Winners of the first week of free agency so far.
Anything doesn't
Yeah.
specific?
Go for
All right,
it.
winners for right now. I actually have a pretty good list, I guess. I'm going to go with Spytech. Spytech definitely attacked this offseason head on. He was aggressive, signing everybody, dropping money. Luckily, the Raiders had a lot of cash, so we were able to give big bonuses. So he wasn't scared. And even though that whole situation with Crosby happened, he still took it he still took it under control. He's staying firm on the price, and they're just moving on from it. Like, he's just not. He looks like he has everything under control. He doesn't look like he's panicking or nothing. So, definitely from last year where all the signings like he was picking up were very questionable. This year he definitely has a vision, and the Raiders are definitely getting better. So,
I mean, it was hard for them to get worse, but they did bring in a lot of talent. Obviously, Linderbaum being the big one. I think he was the first one that they brought in too.
Yeah. Right away.
Yeah, and then obviously getting the crazy news that Crosby's trade was backing out of, and that was about a week ago, so we won't spend too much time on it. This is the first time we're going to be able to talk about it here on the pod. So I'll just throw in my 2 cents there. One, the Ravens, I'm kind of have mixed feelings as a Bronco fan about that because anything that is bad that happens to the Raiders, I'm all bored. I'm all on board.
Yeah,
You know, like, that doesn't bother me. Screwing over the Raiders, that's dope. They deserve anything that happens to them. Anything short of like their stadium exploding, I'd be okay for. So that was weak, backing out like that. I don't buy the whole failed physical thing. I think they just got cold feet. It's kind of what it sounds like reading different reports. But on the flip side of it, even as a Bronco fan, we all respect Max Crosby. So that was pretty foul doing that to Max. Just a guy that goes in there and handles his business, and I don't think there's anyone in the league that doesn't respect him. So that was pretty weak.
Yeah.
But, hey, we know damn well the Raiders aren't getting 2 first-round picks anymore. They're definitely not doing anything like 14. So
Nope.
And I mean, it is. To be honest with you, I mean, I didn't really see anybody actually trading for giving them a first round pick. So when the Ravens agreed to it, I was just like, holy shit, like, okay. But obviously when they backed out, it didn't really shock me. I was kind of more nervous of the fact I was like, are we gonna be able to sign the free agents? And the first comment or the first post I saw that we were gonna commit to them, so I'm like, okay, cool. Like, sucks that we don't have the 70 million that we thought we were going to have. But, I mean, we still have Crosby, who's a really good player. We may not get the 2 first rounders, but we're still going to get something in return, which is going to be a lot better than what we have now. So we'll see in the future what happens.
Yeah, I think it looks like he's going to be a Raider. You got anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, no, I don't
Or-
think he's gonna move right now. At least I don't think they're. I think they're gonna try to recoup some of his value, which is gonna be hard to do, especially after that failed physical, whether it was or not. That's still gonna be there. It's not going away.
Yeah.
You know,
I
people
mean,
are gonna
true.
see that.
I mean,
That in its own, people are gonna. That's gonna give people like some doubt now. Before it was like, no, it's Max Crosby. What are you talking about? That's one of the best pass rushers in the game. But now it's like, he's still there, but for how long though? Do we want to give up this much capital for a guy that maybe 2 more years of really high end production, and then he starts going down?
I mean, how you gonna tell me that you wouldn't give a 29-year-old a chance, but yet you're gonna go ahead and sign a 32-year-old who had hip surgery, but yet you're gonna give him the same 3 years and pay him the same amount, but you're gonna keep the first round pick?
Well,
Yeah, you don't have to give up the capital.
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
pay
But
paying somebody is different than
Yeah,
giving
you
up the
lost,
capital.
and then you already lost half of your team. Like you lost everybody on free agency. Like regardless if you signed Hendrickson, like that whole team is still needs a lot. Like a whole basically rebuild. They lost tight ends. They lost like the majority of their defense.
Yeah.
And so it's gonna be like, so for me, it's like, yeah, I get it. You know, there's a risk because he had surgery, but I mean, he had surgery the year before and he still balled out the past season.
But didn't play a full season.
Yeah, because I mean, the Raiders kind of pulled him out on it.
Yeah, I see it, but still,
So,
there's still
like,
those games that he
get it.
missed
Like, I totally
for medical
get it.
reasons.
Oh, of course. But the reason why, I mean, I'm with Alex. I honestly think the Ravens got cold feet. They look back and they're like, "Holy shit, we don't have the team anymore."
No, I agree.
You know, so that's why they're like,
No, I agree.
Allegedly, I don't want them to be like, "Oh, fuck Edgar from Third and Thirsty for telling."
Because they're all
the truth."
watching.
No, but honestly, in the end of the day, like I said, I mean, whatever we can get from Crosby, I guess. I still think we can.
That's why I think they'll hold on to him till
Yeah.
maybe mid-season. And if the season's not going the
I
way
think-
they
I
want,
think by next year, but it still won't be 2 first round.
no, that's what I'm saying. Mid-season, you
that's
still get more. You still got at least half a year of really good Max Crosby, especially if the season's not going the way that the Raiders hope it will. Like if they're
will
still, meddling down at the bottom with some upside, maybe not the worst, but maybe like eighth worst.
I will
then,
say that the Ravens did fuck over whoever was trying to get Max Crosby, because now if Crosby's going to stay with the Raiders, that's one more year that he could have been with somebody else. And he's still young. Like, he can still give you at least 3 to 4 years, depending on how he takes care of himself. But at the end of the day, like, now he's going to be another year. By the time you trade him away, he's going to be turning 31 or 30. So,
Yeah.
The Ravens kind of just screwed everybody over, whoever was trying to get him. So, but anyways, back to
yeah, let's keep going. Yeah, I mean, hey, Spytek had a hell of a week. I mean, they
Yeah.
brought in a ton of talent. I mean, that's what the Raiders need to do, man. They just need to get the train back on.
on
the tracks there.
One thing for sure, Spytek is definitely the right man, the right guy in the job. It's just now we have to see if we got the right coaches in the building too.
Yeah, that's going to be the big if. We all thought that they had the right coach in the building last year,
Yeah, exactly.
and that was that didn't work out. I had a chat come in. Mayhoff JS looks like he said he thinks Fields was a decent pickup for the Chiefs. I guess it could have been worse. I was kind of hoping that they would bring in Russell Wilson. As a Bronco fan, wanted to see him twice a year, being that he's ducked us the 2 times that the Broncos have played him. So a little disappointed that they brought in Fields.
Hey, the Jets got a 6th round pick for him. That's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, they got something. The Broncos have a pretty good track record against the Justin Fields there.
Yeah.
Seemed to beat him every time they played him. Outside of that game that he played with the Steelers, actually, which I was there.
I did see a post of supposedly like they're trying to show similarities how it would be Michael Vick with Andy Reid. Like back in the day, I'm like, people are trying to compare
Oh, no.
Michael
No,
Vick with
crazy.
Justin
No way.
Fields. I'm just like,
No, I was just
Oh.
gonna say that if anything, they play a similar style as
I can
Fields
see
and Mahomes, so you don't have to switch up the offense as much. You don't have to go from a pocket passer to a guy that's more like mobile, more out of the pocket.
No, I
you
get
put
it.
him on the run. So
I get it.
yeah, I think that is a good pickup by them. I think that is kind of like a win for them because they don't know what they're going to look like in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, but
It may he not.
replacing Patrick Mahomes with Justin Fields is almost like replacing Tiger Woods with some guy you see on the driving range at your local muni.
I don't know about that bad.
It's a pretty big drop off. Is all I'm trying to say. It's nowhere near what they'll be getting from Mahomes, obviously. But,
Yeah, of course.
I mean, that just also tells you the Chiefs know that Mahomes probably ain't going to be ready for the beginning of the season. So if the Broncos, if the NFL schedule makers want to put the Broncos really early in the Chiefs schedule, I'll
They
be
won't.
okay with that. No, of course they won't. No, they won't play until like week 13 and then week 17.
Yeah, definitely. Especially last year, having those early games against each other, like within the division.
No, Broncos didn't play the Chiefs until later in the year. It was just the
it was
Chargers that got all
Chargers.
three of their division
Yeah.
games to start the season.
Yep.
Who wants to throw out another winner?
I'll go a little bit out of the box with a coach position, or not position coach, coordinator. Ryan Ficken, the special teams coordinator. He retained his All-Pro special teams guy. I don't know, the Delshon Phillips. He's just like a linebacker, like down in the depth chart. But he also got his gunner back, and then he also got Keaton Mitchell, who I feel like was going to help in returns and maybe push Darius Davis, give him some competition there. So I feel like last year the special teams wasn't as good as in the past couple of years with Ryan Ficken. And so that was with Dean Leonard and Delshon Phillips being hurt earlier on in the season. Once they came back in, they really turned that part of the team around. I don't know why, but I think he only played like 14 games, Delshon Phillips, and he was a second team All-Pro guy. He had the most tackles as a special teamer.
That's crazy that your first winner from the first week of free agency is a
Special teams coach.
teams
Yeah,
coach, man. I mean,
special teams
coach
is such
over-
a big part of the team, especially if you
No, totally,
guys
totally.
if you can keep some continuity
But-
instead of just relying on rookies or undrafted guys that come in and
I understand your
you know?
point. I understand what you're saying, but again, just leading with this.
hey, you put the importance in the little departments. Those don't get forgotten about. That's a staple of your team now.
Yeah, well, good one. I don't have any feedback on that because I just don't pay attention to the Chargers.
Special teams.
Special teams.
Yeah,
Just don't
that's
care.
exactly. If you're not talking about them, it's because you're not talking about them in a bad way. It's because they're doing their job.
Well-
So if they get you in good positions, they get you big chunks in returns, and that's a
Only
good
thing-
way.
The only thing I knew about special teams, but especially about the Chargers, was Digger the kicker. That's all I knew.
And they thank you. And they brought back the long snapper that didn't mess up any
All
long
right,
snaps when they
enough-
brought him back.
Enough special teams talk. Shit.
Don't get me fired up on special teams, man. Love my special teams guys.
Our guy Mayhoff JS just chimed in again, and this is funny because we're doing this now almost a year, and this is the first comment that we've got on all of the KC gear behind all of us here.
Oh damn!
Good eye, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can see we're three guys here: Broncos, Chargers, Raiders. We are Kansas City referee and Taylor Swift free. We don't have a chief representative on the squad, and we never will because we all hate the Chiefs.
Very
but it is
mightily.
funny. The space that we ran out here to do the podcast, very good friend of mine, big Kansas City guy. So not our place. This is all his stuff, and we really appreciate him letting us use the space. So that explains why.
Yes.
It's funny, the first time.
Almost a year. That's crazy. Yeah.
I was always waiting for that. Like, you guys hate on the Chiefs so much, but all this Royal stuff behind you kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
So we're Royals fans, but not Chiefs fans.
no, definitely.
So there
not
we
Chiefs
go.
fans. Okay. Well, I guess I'll give a winner here. Not a whole lot of winners there in the Broncos camp, outside of guys that got paid, and Adam Troutman is definitely one of them. I mean, he got paid 3 years, $17 million, 9.5 guaranteed. That's a contract that a lot of Bronco fans hated just because of the money. So that's definitely a winner. I'd gladly be the most hated guy on the team for $9.5 million guaranteed. I mean, I'm the most hated guy in this pod, and I don't get paid shit for this. So,
Hey, if somebody want to be our first super chat, just saying.
well, we can't hack super chats. We don't have enough subscribers. So,
Dang it.
first of all, if you're watching, make sure to hit that subscriber
Yeah,
button to
please
get us up to
subscribe.
where we can do some super chats because we've been doing this for a year and we haven't made a single dime. So
Yeah.
we'll start
yeah.
bringing in that money a little bit here later on, hopefully. But again, like, subscribe, really appreciate that from anyone that is chiming in. So let's get into some more winners. Again, the Broncos don't have a whole lot. So, Justice Strnad. I mean, the Broncos moved on from Dre Greenlaw, made Strnad essentially a starter. So, he's been a fill-in guy the last 3 years, played really well. It's going to be him and Alex Singleton in the middle. And that's actually something I'm comfortable with. A lot of Bronco fans don't like that combination, mostly because they don't like Alex Singleton. But I don't know what tape they're watching, what games they're watching. He's not the best linebacker in the league. I don't think he would say that. And I'm definitely not saying that. But he is a linebacker on the team that was the second best run defense in the league. Can he cover Saquon Barkley? No, that's been proven. But not a lot of linebackers in the league can. Fred Warner was not available this offseason last time I checked. So that's going to be tough to fill. So shout out Alex Singleton, shout out Justin, my guys in the middle for next year.
Mm-hmm.
I got
Another winner?
but mine are going to be, they're not Raiders. One's going to be a Charger and one's a Bronco.
Let's hear it.
My winners are going to be Evan Ingram
Okay.
and Gaskin.
I like to hear why Evan Ingram.
Gadsden.
Because, yes, both teams had every opportunity to draft talent, or not draft, pick up a tight end or talented tight end. And no, they were like, nope, we're going to go with these two guys. Gaskin was actually doing a lot good, really good this season.
Oh, yeah.
This past season. So they picking up, which was their blocking tight end?
It's Kohler, Charlie
Yeah,
Kohler.
So they're picking up a tight end, that golden tight end. They're definitely going to go, they're definitely 100% on
Don't want
him.
all the hate on the
But
blocking tight end. He's a tight
Evan
end.
Ingram, that's, yeah. Who's the other?
Just talked about him. Troutman, Lucas Kroll, Nate Atkins. Yeah, they're running it back with the entire tight end room. So they didn't want to go outside for that.
Yeah,
but
so
you're right. I mean, I was going to bring up Ingram too because, I mean, shit. You guys know I'm on the Evan Ingram train, and I guess they're showing a little bit of faith in him, not bringing anybody in. At least not yet. Sounds like they were in on Goddard, but he signed back with the Eagles, so that's another dream that's dead for us Bronco fans, hoping that something would happen during this offseason. Real quick, Sports and Coffee 247. Shout out to you. Thanks for leaving the comment. In order, you said winners of the free agency period here so far: Raiders, Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would agree.
I can see that. The
I would
Chiefs.
agree.
I mean, they got Walker.
That
kinda
was
like
a big one.
Their big splash
That was a
signing.
big one for them.
As fans of teams that hate the Chiefs, I think we all hope that he's just a bust. And it just kind of regresses to what he was before, which is a good running back. I don't know about $15 million a year though.
Yeah, especially with that offensive line in flux.
I was about to say that.
You don't know what you're going to get out of them. They just traded away another offensive lineman, right?
And then Mahomes is hurt.
Yeah.
We don't even know how he's going to come back.
Yeah.
So
It's going to be hard for him to live up to that contract right away.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big signal that they're going to be more of a run-heavy team.
but it is
which-
Andy Reid, so I mean, he is.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you can't down Andy Reid.
Exactly, yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. Andy Reid seems to know what he's doing. So we'll see. The Chargers being in front of them. The Chargers have made some kind of sneaky good moves. They didn't make a splash like fans hoped, especially since they had so much cash space, cap space there. But they've made some good moves.
Retaining a lot of their players that
Don't get me
that
into
were good.
retaining players because the Broncos.
No.
If we're
No, but
ranking
we-
winners on that, the Broncos crushed everyone.
No, retaining the important parts of their team, for the Chargers, like Mack, Tier Tart, who's their interior defensive line guy. But yeah, just retaining players, and they still have money to play with, and they still got to pay their own guys, some guys that are coming up. So I'm actually going to go with, that was going to be my next winner, was going to be Joe Ortiz, for not just going out there and just spending, throwing away money, knowing that you have to build depth on this team, knowing you still have the draft coming up and cuts right after the draft, cuts right before, those June 1st cuts that come along, and having the money to be able to take that on still. A lot of teams just get handcuffed by the time the draft comes around. They leave enough money for the draft picks, and they can't make trades for that same reason, or they can't pick up guys that get cut that could fit their team. The guys that just get cut for same thing, just contractual, just the money doesn't work out for their team. They just drafted somebody that plays the same position. So that could work out in teams' favors, but you got to be able to have that cap space there to be able to take that on. So
well, they got plenty of it. I don't know if they needed to leave that much cap space. What are they still?
But they don't have a lot of picks, but they can use that money to be able to trade, like trade a player plus like money and or to get a better return back. Yeah, and then to get a better return, it's like, all right, we'll trade you, but we'll take that third round pick from you as well.
Yeah,
to take on that money.
Yeah, they got wiggle room. Is what you said. They could get creative.
So that's why I say that he's a winner here because we don't have a glaring need.
I don't know if a lot of Charger fans will agree.
No, well, we don't have a glaring need going into the draft, and that's a win in itself. Not having a glaring need to have to fill a hole.
You're comfortable with what they did with the interior line?
If they get an interior lineman in the second round and he comes in and competes and wins that job in the second rounder, then I'm happy with that.
Typically,
if he's that good,
lineman kind of. I mean, it's not like a running back where you could just kind of plug them in and hope that they could be a top tier performer. I mean, linemen typically take a couple years, so
or they could be a first rounder.
For this year, they could be screwed,
or they could be that could be their first round pick. And same thing.
Yeah.
But they don't have to, is what I'm saying. They don't have to go that route. They still have money right now. They
still have holes to fill in the line.
Yeah. They still have money. Like I said, guys get cut, good players get cut that could fill those holes or at least come in and compete for a spot. And so they put themselves in a position where they don't need anything and need to overspend for something or overreach in the draft.
Yeah, we'll see. Sports and Coffee chimed in that Chargers got their OC. That's true. Yeah, we talked a little bit about McDaniel, and that's obviously a big upgrade of what they had last year. So,
and if you think about it, they're also bringing in or back their two All-Pro tackles, or one All-Pro tackle and one that's sure to be an All-Pro tackle at some point in his career. So that in itself is two big additions that you didn't play with last year. So
yeah, obviously just getting those two guys back makes a big difference.
And be honest, that's not a sign that needs to go, unnoticed. That's going to be a big one.
Yeah, because again, anything over their center from last year. I think one of us could have stepped in and played center better last year.
Yeah,
maybe.
Thanks again for retiring and saving us some money. Thanks.
A few more winners from the Broncos side. I mean, I guess some of their weapons. I mean, bringing back J.K. Dobbins. Love J.K. Dobbins. I don't know if you guys saw his post that he put out after he signed back. Pretty much.
Somebody wants me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's too out of it. I mean, just bounced around his entire career, man. And he found a place that he loves in Denver because, again, he came from poverty franchises like the Chargers and gets to see what it's like when you go to a franchise that actually does things the right way. So, pumped to have J.K. back. Love J.K. But I was more talking like the receivers. Troy Franklin, Mims, Pat Bryant. The Broncos not bringing in a wide receiver at this point means that they're still focused on their development and seeing what they could do. I have a lot of faith in those guys. I really hope that at least one of them could really turn into like a top-tier wide receiver next season. Maybe not up there with Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase. I'm not getting too out of my mind on that, but I think Pat Bryant could be a really special receiver. Sean Payton himself compared him to Michael Thomas in some of his skill sets. So I'd like to see what he could do next year. Not bringing in a top guy, pushing him down that depth chart means he's going to see more time. So Broncos weapons from last year. Hey, we brought back Jaleel McLaughlin too. So my fear of seeing him in a Chargers uniform, at least that went away.
Yeah.
But when I said when we did bold predictions, I said I didn't want to see Jaleel with the Chargers, and that the Bronco fans would be really upset because we didn't go and get a weapon. And that one of my other points too was when we were talking about players I didn't want to see go to other teams. It was really hard to pick because I didn't want to see any of the guys that were free agents from the Broncos go to a Raiders or a Chargers. But I sure as hell didn't mean bring all of them back. Like, I love what they did for the Broncos last year, but clearly there could be some upgrades made. So it was super frustrating to like, damn, I feel like I spoke it into existence. Love all those guys that would have rooted for him elsewhere, Nate Atkins, Troutman. But I sure as hell didn't mean bring them all back and let's just run it back with the team from last year.
That was funny.
Yeah, we'll see on that. Hey, you guys have any other winners you guys want to go over?
Mine's gonna be very like it's obvious. It's basically Ashton Janty. Clint Kubiak loves to run the ball. Um, and with Tyler Lindenbaum, we signed Tyler Lindenbaum, and not just him. This during the weekend, we actually signed Casey Hayward as a fullback. Normally he plays tight end, but
That's right.
as a fullback, and he's very stocky, very like he looks like just a bully. Like he reminds me of what was his name? He used to Tolbert, a little short, like
Oh, a little short, stocky dude. Yeah.
yeah, like just running through the hole and stuff, just like running through the over. He reminds me of him. So Genty's definitely like he already like it's already hard to bring him down now with the like a big fullback, Tyler Lindenbaum. Hopefully, like we can get the offensive line going with this outside zone runs. I can see this. I can see Genty going over 1,000 yards next season.
Yeah, Genty's definitely going to get a lot of help. He had a pretty good rookie season. It gets overlooked because he didn't go for like 1,500 yards. Shout out to Choi's Raider coverage checking in here on the comment section. Appreciate you checking us out. Yeah, as a Bronco fan, I hate to say it, Genty could be a real problem next year if he gets a real offensive line in front of him, and then obviously getting a different look as an offensive coordinator and bringing in Kubiak. Raiders just desperately trying to be like the Broncos. So yeah, I could definitely see Genty going off next year. I know who Edgar's taking in his first pick of the draft in fantasy next year.
Sure.
Even if it's the number one pick, he is not giving up on Genty,
Nope.
not passing him up.
And honestly, yeah, this past season he was a good pickup. Just sucked that he was just behind a bad O-line.
Yeah, real bad.
Yeah.
Like historically bad. Anything else you guys want to throw out there for winners?
Same thing as Edgar is Amari Hampton for the Chargers. Just the moves that they made, real run heavy type of moves. With the same thing with the fullback, the tight end we already talked about.
McDaniel.
Yeah, McDaniel exactly with his run heavy scheme, basically with the 49ers run, so they're super run heavy. You don't really think of them as a run heavy, but they're got McCaffrey. That even when he's not there, they still got guys that put up numbers. But so hopefully that's going to be big for Amari Hampton as well. So I think that he's considered as a winner.
Yeah, totally. So, you guys want to do losers?
Not a loser.
Look at it. I'm going to have quite a few here. So I'll get us started. I'm one of the biggest believers in Peyton and Peyton, George Peyton and Sean Payton. And I still believe that they have
I don't know
a plan.
why you wanted to go first because you literally just probably took one of ours.
Nah, man, I got to get this fucking shit off my chest. Look, man, I feel like they still have a plan. I think too highly of them to just think that they could just run it back. And you see teams like the Bills getting better. The Chiefs, yeah, you could argue that they got better. They've had a couple of subtractions from their team, but still, always have to worry about the Chiefs. The Chargers gotten better. Don't have to worry about the Raiders yet. But a lot of those teams, top of the AFC, the team that they lost to in the AFC Championship game, the Patriots got better. So seeing all those teams get better, I don't think that George Payton and Sean Payton are just sitting back and being like, yeah, well, we'll still take care of it next year. Having said that, guys, we got to do something, man. We're a week into this thing. And now we're at a situation where the fan base, there's only one situation next year where they're going to get off the hook from this. Because if the Broncos do find a way to get back to the AFC Championship game and win and still lose the Super Bowl, they're going to go back. Bronco fans are going to go back and say, well, what would have happened if we could have signed a weapon during free agency? What difference would that have made? That's always going to be there. There's only one situation where that isn't going to get brought up again, and that's if the Broncos win the Super Bowl, which, hey, I'm going to be betting on the Broncos to win the Super Bowl again this year. I'm a little biased, but I am going to say, obviously, the chances of that happening are still pretty slim. There's only going to be one team to do it next year, 1 out of 32 teams.
Yep.
The chances that the Broncos do it are pretty slim. So they're really banking at this point of like, all right, so need to win the Super Bowl. or else people are going to be looking at us sideways like, why didn't you do something? You had money to play with. Now that Russ is off the books, there was guys out there to go and get. There's no excuse. So still have faith. Just at this point, it's
Keep it up.
Pretty damn disappointing.
Keep it up.
Man.
Keep it up.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, Raiders and Charger fans are pretty happy.
Keep it up.
Yeah. You guys have anything to add to that? There was.
I
More
think you covered it pretty well there.
All
You
right,
know,
I'm
like
just kidding.
love the misery for the Broncos fans. Love it.
Well, the thing that obviously is just salt on the wound is at the combine, George Payton and Sean Payton both talked about how they were going to be aggressive during free agency, and that they needed to make moves to make the team better. This sure as hell isn't aggressive. Only bringing back your guys. So, come on, let's go. Let's wake up. I was joking with a Bronco fan, a buddy of mine. He's my wife's cousin, Cam. Shout out, Cam. And I was saying, like, it would be funny if one of two things happened. One, George Payton is just like the funniest man alive, and he's like the next coming of Andy Kaufman. I don't know. You guys aren't culture, so you may not know who Andy Kaufman is, but he was a comedian. And maybe he was just doing this whole, like, GM thing and, like, building one hell of a career just to have the payoff of one day getting a team close to the Super Bowl and then just not doing shit after and just letting the team tank. So that's one theory. The other theory is that he died at the combine, and they're just hiding it. Because I have no other way to explain the fact that they haven't done shit yet.
He's aggressively sleeping. Maybe that's what he's doing.
Just hibernating. Any other losers?
Yeah, I had one. Kamani Vidal, the backup running back. RB2. We got competition now with Keaton Mitchell, especially with that speed. You know how McDaniel loves his speed, and he loves his running backs. Get him out in open space with screens and even just dump offs. That's going to be big. I love the competition. Hopefully it makes them better. Definitely going to make the team better with that. So, but he's not a clear cut number 2 now. You know, he's got to fight for that. So I think he was a little bit of a loser there. That he's not the clear cut number 2, especially with what he did to help out last year after the top basically 3 running backs went out, and he came in and did pretty mightily, I would say. Had some good games over 100. Edgar sat him those games apparently, and then he played him when he had his duds. So
Yeah, he was definitely up and down.
yeah, so yeah, I think that, I mean, like I said, it's gonna make the team better, but for him personally, he's got to put up or shut up, you know. So
Yeah, it's the NFL, man. Always competition. Guys getting pushed out. Got to put yourself over the top of the other dudes. So, yeah, we'll see how that shakes out with them. There's plenty of time for him to make an impression. You got a new offensive coordinator. So,
yeah.
you know, see if he's going to be the guy that likes you, is fitting the scheme and shit. So, Edgar?
All right. So my loser's kind of a little bit out of the box. Kind of talked about it a little bit earlier. It's the Ravens, especially the Ravens offense.
I think Edgar's a little salty with the Ravens, man. I
more,
don't blame you.
I mean, yeah, it's like I get
It's like,
it.
yes.
But it's more of like, dude, they came out trying to say that Hendrickson's better than Crosby. Like, stop. This dude is the own man. Like, yes, he has the stats, he has the sacks, but Crosby can stop the run. Crosby can play the run.
Yeah, I don't think there's any
Hendrickson
doubt
plays
that Crosby's
himself
better
out
than
of the
Henderson.
plays. He can get sacks. He's good, whatever, but Crosby's a good all-around player. Still young. Sure, he had knee surgery, but Trey Henderson had hip surgery, and he's 33 years old. Good luck with that. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I get it. You backed out on the trade, but, bro, don't come out here trying to tell me that Henderson was better. Just tell me, hey, like, we tried to sign them both, but we couldn't. That's it.
Last offseason, we did teams that we hate from outside of the division and teams that we hate the most.
When we do that this year,
Oh, you guys already know my pick right there.
Yeah, I think Edgar has a new team that he hates the most.
I don't even know if I can hate the team. Maybe just the GM, not the GM though. Yeah, GM.
Yeah, the GM.
Costa.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's brutal, man. Okay, yeah, the Ravens.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I'll go with another one here. Go outside the Broncos a little bit, and I'm going to say Justin Herbert. His O-line gets upgraded. Give me the center's name pronunciation.
Biotish.
Biotish.
Badass.
And Strange, adding some depth with Strange as well. And then obviously you're going to get Slater and all back. So you think that'd be a good thing for a quarterback, but at the end of the day, that's just going to be one excuse taken away from Justin Herbert when he fails in a playoff game next year. So they're going to have to find a new one. Justin Herbert's going to need to find a new one. So I say he's a loser in this one.
Okay.
Oh yeah, like that was on my list too.
Just Herbert? No,
For the
yeah.
same reason?
For the same reason.
No.
Like, don't
The
get
team
me
got
wrong.
better
Like,
around
you guys
him.
got the definitely
When
best
he-
hands, but the middle part, I'm just like, bro. A couple of years ago, that's what you guys had both tackles, and your middle part was still the biggest.
Well, they upgraded
issue.
in the middle there, so that's a big one.
I would say you guys could have done better, but I mean, we'll see how it comes out in the
Could
end.
have, but at least we didn't end up with nothing.
Yeah.
Well,
You know.
that's what I'm saying is when he throws 5 interceptions in the wild card round and they lose, Charger fans are going to lose an excuse as to why he did it. So I say Justin Herbert is ultimately the loser here.
I can see that. I don't think it, but I could see it.
Okay, go ahead. Who wants to throw in another loser?
You know,
Go for it. I had one, but I forgot.
so for the same reason, O line is going to be K9, Kenneth, and Mahomes. The Chiefs, sure they like fixed the defense and everything, but their O
They
line
lost
has
McDuffie too.
yeah, and then their defense like oh yeah, they forgot about the corner, but yeah, their offense has been like the big like Mahomes been running like crazy. Like when are you guys gonna get the fact that y'all need to like protect this man? Like, but I mean, keep it up. I mean, in the end of the day, we'll see how it goes for them.
Yeah, I still don't think the Chiefs are going to be very good next season, and I hope not.
Dude, they're like in cap hell with like Mahomes, Smith.
They're very top heavy with the cap
Yeah.
with Mahomes. Excuse me, Kelsey. Well, at least
He might not
was
be
before.
there, yeah.
Was before, not necessarily this year. And then DJ Jones, So, Chris Jones, excuse me. So, I don't know. I don't think they're going to be great next season. Do you have a loser, Omar?
Kind of just took. I was just gonna say Chiefs in general.
Fuck the Chiefs.
let's keep going with the Chiefs hate. No, yeah, the Chiefs in general. Just we already kind of touched on it, little bits and pieces here. But if we take it all into account, like there's gonna be a not completely different team because they're gonna have their core, but like their depth is dwindling down. All their better defensive players apart from Chris Jones are all either getting traded away or signing elsewhere because they want the money, so they got to go. So bringing in some guys that could do some things, like they brought in former Charger Loie Gilman, good player, but I don't think it's something that they can hang their head on. That's the biggest splash signing that they've made this season, or the Kenneth Walker. So that one we already talked about, that the O-line is going to be the ultimate decider on that. So it's I think they're in a worse position than they were last year heading into the season.
Yeah, and we do have to point out too that they do have 2 first-round picks this year. So if they want to fill some holes on the offensive line, they'll have some opportunities to do that.
And also,
one more point. Bringing in Kenneth Walker, they don't have to look at running back in the draft, at least in the first round. So.
but shout out to Kenneth Walker signing his deal with the Raiders shirt.
Oh yeah, I did see that. What was the shirt? Do you remember?
I forgot. It was a player, but I completely forgot. I mean, hopefully somebody in the comment section can bring it up. But I just remember it was like a black shirt, and I forgot who it was. But
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who it was too. But yeah, I did notice he was rocking the Raider gear. I don't know if he got the memo. Maybe he didn't realize that they're in the same division.
yeah, he probably forgot. He was like, "Oh damn."
Yeah. Okay. Well, shit. Since I did Justin Herbert, I'm gonna say Bo Nix too. Didn't get any talent around him. A lot of Bronco fans are upset about that. Feel like we're failing Bo Nix. I mean, he's in his rookie contract. This is the time to pounce, George and Sean, if you're watching. Maybe you are, because what else are you doing? Maybe you are.
They're waiting to see
YouTube.
what you got to say, what your advice is. Like, dang it, we're about to sign that guy, but Alex, he said, I don't know.
Third and Thirsty
He was really hyping up our team. Hopefully that they didn't go with the Chargers or the Raiders. So let's sign those back so they don't go there.
Yeah, well, again, yeah, maybe my point is true. Maybe they are watching. They're just scrolling through YouTube and finding random lives to join. So, George, Sean, if you're watching, get Bo some help, man. Bo did have a healthy daughter a couple weeks ago, so shout out to that new parent.
Congrats.
That's awesome. But hopefully the Broncos can bring in some talent around them. We'll get into some bold predictions here in a little bit. And I got something to throw out there, and hopefully it could come true, and it'll be a big weapon for Bo. So you guys have anything else on the loser side?
Not anything specific.
Yeah,
No.
just the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Hammering back on the Chiefs.
Well, I mean, if I would say one thing, it'd be Fernando Mendoza when he gets to meet Khalil Mack, because they brought Mack back. So, he loves playing against the Raiders.
he's going to have some tough
I was
competition.
about to say, I mean, we'll see how that online goes. I mean, I can't promise you anything. Last year, I was very hopeful. We all saw how that happened. So at this point, I'm just gonna wait.
He'll definitely be introducing himself.
Yeah, with guys like Mack and some of the guys that the Broncos have, it doesn't really matter the offensive line in front of them. They're going to get to your quarterback eventually.
Yeah.
We know Benito and Cooper, and hey, look out for Jonah Ellis next season.
But knowing Clint is very like RPO, very run heavy, very So I mean, and to be honest with you, like I still keep hearing that if the Raiders can't get the O-line ready or everything, they're not going to start him. They're going to start whoever like they bring in as a backup. Like, if they don't think that he's ready, they're not going to put him
Derek Carr.
in. No.
That'd be crazy.
Nah,
That'd be crazy
I
if
don't
Derek
think
Carr
so.
came back.
Honestly, I've heard Joe Flacco, which I don't mind that at all. I also heard Kirk Cousins, but Kirk Cousins, I feel like he's going to be wanting a starting job, and it's going to be very expensive. Joe Flacco,
No,
for
Kirk Cousins should be cheap because he's getting paid from Atlanta still.
Mm-hmm.
So
But I
he could
still
sign
feel
for like
like-
a vet min, and he's going to get a ton of money.
I
So.
still he's gonna want to start where we like, dude, we're kind of
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably looking for a
not
starting
really
job.
yours, So
Look
Or at
out
least
for
an opportunity to start.
Pittsburgh if Aaron doesn't come back.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking more.
Okay, you guys want to drop into some bold predictions and get out of here? Now, we did bold predictions for the offseason a couple weeks ago, but now that we have a week under our belt of free agency, kind of see how things are shaking out, we could kind of get into it. Before we do, anyone that's watching, again, really appreciate you checking us out. I know we only have a little over 100 subscribers, so clicking on our channel, really appreciate it, giving us a shot, small channel. Hit us with a like, really helps us out. Leave a comment if you don't mind. And again, if you like what you're watching, we do this once a week, so subscribe, and we're going to do this all off season. So
we love the shit talk, so bring it.
yeah. Okay, which one of you guys want to drop a kind of a little bold prediction before we get out of here?
I'll go. Already talked about him. He was one of my winners. Marion Hampton. I mean, damn. I'm going way off base here. We're talking about the
Edgar, you want to go first?
The off season.
oh damn.
At least I caught myself.
All right, so my bold prediction, and as much as a lot of Raider Nation might not be happy about this, but I personally think we're gonna trade Crosby still. I honestly think I'm still hearing rumors out there. People are still reaching in, even though the Raiders already said that they're not trading him, that he's going to be a Raider. I feel like somebody if it doesn't happen by the draft day, I don't think it won't happen. But I feel like I feel like it is. I just have a feeling that the Raiders are not going to get the 2 first rounders, but maybe a first round and a second, or with a player, or a third and a player, like a good player, not a fucking all pro. But yeah, I feel like Crosby is going to get traded. I think as much as we want Crosby here, we don't mind him at all. I feel like we need more of the cap space, or not the money, and more draft picks and stuff.
Yeah, I could kind of see it because these guys are playing chess and poker, right? So Raiders getting the trade canceled like that, having his stock just plummet coming from the physical report. You have to come out and say yeah, we're going to keep him now, because if you say yeah, he's still on the table. Make your offers. People are going to come in with really bad offers. So it kind of makes sense. Shout out to Ryan Anthony 9139 checking in, Seahawks fan. Appreciate you checking us out, man. He says Seahawks rule. I disagree. But shit, they won the Super Bowl this year. So congratulations.
They do
on
rule
that.
the NFL at this point because they're the winners. They're the number one team.
Yeah. Yeah, and I still haven't convinced myself that the Broncos would have won the Super Bowl, but they sure as hell would have given a better run than the Patriots did. So I know about that.
Okay, I had mine. I don't know what happened up in here, but I had mine.
Omari and Hampton.
No, well, I was thinking first round pick. Last year's first round pick. I feel like this year they need the draft capital, so they're going to be definitely trading their first round pick. They're going to be trading back to hopefully pick up hopefully a second rounder, at least a third rounder, and and keep a first rounder, like trade back still within the first round, and maybe pick up a third rounder. I think that would be the best case scenario.
What are they picking at?
22.
Okay.
So that's why I said third, not a second.
Yeah, I was gonna say someone's gonna need to make a pretty big jump to get to 22.
Yeah,
and
or
have
if
to
they
give up
come
a
back
third.
into the
Yeah.
first
Yeah,
from the
only-
second round, a high second round pick, and then and a third round pick, and maybe even like a late draft or maybe a next year draft pick. So to be able to recoup some of those picks that they traded away for players during the season this year.
Yeah. Okay. Some draft day trades there. Yeah, it sounds like none of us are big college football guys, so it's not like we really could give a lot of in-depth analysis about that. But it sounds like next year's draft is what everyone's hyping up as a much better draft than this year. So
Yeah.
loading up for next year might be a good idea.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so for the Broncos, like I said, I still have faith that the Broncos have a plan and that they've been working on something. A couple of names have been thrown out in regards to trade targets for the Broncos. One of them is Breece Hall. I don't see that, especially now that we brought back J.K. Don't think it makes a lot of sense to. I don't know what Breece Hall is going to cost. You would
They
think
tagged him, so
they
at least
tagged him
that
exactly.
much.
So they tagged him. You could do a tag and trade, so they would want a lot back. You would
Yeah,
think
definitely
maybe a first or
first.
second round. I don't see the Broncos doing that. Another one is A.J. Brown. Sounds like that's not necessarily going to be something that happens either. Although I have started to come around on that, especially that the Broncos haven't done shit. Kind of like to see.
Anything
Yeah.
better than Tyreek Hill.
No Tyreek Hill.
You're not that desperate
No.
yet?
Even if it was Tyreek Hill from 5 years ago, I don't give a shit. I do not want
Still
that
not
guy on
that
my
desperate.
team. No, not that desperate.
After the draft, if they didn't pick up a receiver, he's gonna be like, I don't know, Tyreek Hill's kind of looking kind of appealing right now.
Never. So there is one guy that hasn't been mentioned at all. And I've started to kind of convince myself that it is a possibility. It's a guy that is on his 5th year of the deal. So he'll be coming up for a contract extension soon. A team that's in a lot of flux. Got a new head coach. A lot of uncertainty at the quarterback position. And this is Drake London.
I knew it.
Nice, dude. Good call, bro. Yeah, Drake London, 5th year on his rookie deal. His quarterback situation, obviously, Michael Penix can't stay healthy, unfortunately for him. They just brought in Tua. So you wouldn't think that they're really banking on Tua becoming the guy. You could move his top weapon, which they have a lot of weapons in on offense with Bijan and Kyle Pitts. So you would think, next year, again, there's going to be some quarterbacks available in the draft. If you load up on first-round picks, the Broncos send over pick 30. And, you could really start moving things around to try to position yourself for a quarterback next year if you're the Falcons. Kyle Pitts is young. Kyle Pitts. Drake London is obviously young, being on his 5th year. A lot like Cortland Sutton. I mean, they are exactly the same size. I think they're both 6'4", 215, somewhere around there. Sean Payton likes his big wide receivers. Might want a younger version of Cortland Sutton.
He likes his big boys.
He likes his big boys, man. So that's one I could see happening that I haven't seen been talked about. Would be something that would be completely unexpected for Drake London to get traded at this point. But when you break it down, look at it a little bit more and more, maybe Stefanski isn't a big fan of London and he wants to bring in someone else, or maybe just thinks that his value is just too high and he could really start rebuilding the team the way he wants to do it. So, maybe I just gave away the Broncos secret. But I think it's Drake London. It's going to be a Bronco. Oh, shout out, Akeem Talib on his show today was saying that the Broncos going to be bringing in a weapon, and it sounds like he knew something. So maybe that's what he was talking about.
What do you mean? You guys have Evan Ingram.
Yeah, maybe they were just gonna bring him in early into in the off season into the building. So they're bringing in the weapon.
And then he leaves.
No, but honestly, Drake London, honestly, that makes a lot of sense. And you're like, as soon as you started saying that, I was like, dude, I know he's gonna.
It's crazy you narrowed it down from just that little information.
Yeah, because I forgot who else was talking about like trading, and it was same details. You know, obviously, I mean, they weren't in cap hell, but like obviously their money was really tied up, and obviously they had the quarterback question, like who the hell is gonna be their quarterback?
Right.
So yeah, I mean that would be a good pick.
Definitely a difference maker.
I think he'll be a lot cheaper. Probably like a second or third round, maybe with 2 picks, one this year, and one next year.
Yeah, I don't think you'd trade a first, especially because he has so much owed to him on the 5th-year deal. It's still more expensive than the rookie deal. The 5th-year deal.
That's fine. If you trade for a guy like Drake London, you're gonna give him a deal right away.
Yeah.
So it would be a trade, and then they would be extending him.
Yeah.
So you're not worried about that 5th-year money. You're bringing him in for a 3-4 year contract at that point.
Dude, even Kyle Pitts would be a good trade.
Yeah, he just got tagged.
He got tagged.
I mean that's
same
only
thing.
that part.
which sucked.
Yeah. That's even more expensive, especially for a tight end. To pay that much money for a tight end,
Yeah, I just don't see it happening.
you gotta be like, that's the one thing that we're missing, like the one thing that's gonna throw us over the top.
No, I don't know, man. We got Evan Ingram, so
Dude, even like
The Joker.
even like Darren Waller, like he reminds me like of Kyle Pitts, but Kyle Pitts is just super young.
yeah, he's a freak.
Yeah.
Okay, was there anything else you guys wanted to add for this week? We're about 50 minutes in, so
I was kidding. I was like, fuck the Ravens, but I'm done. I'm past it now. I was kidding.
Until next week.
Until next
We'll be
week.
back on it.
yeah. Okay. Well, again, appreciate anybody that checked us out today. Again, we do this once a week. I think we'll start doing live shows again, as long as we can figure out how to do it on the technical side. Then we will continue to do live. So
Yeah.
continue to check us out, and we'll be back next week. Shout out to anybody leaving comments and likes and subscribes and all that good stuff. So,
Tell your friends.
yeah, definitely. Yeah. If you're looking to share, a podcast with somebody, then definitely do that. So until then, I don't have the days. 334 days until Bo Nix wins his first
No,
Super
too
Bowl.
late.
Cheers.
Cheers. You just jinxed it.
And